Good morning, students. Hope you'll be fine at your respective places. In continuation to our previous topics, videos which we were discussing the transpiration, we have also discussed one more term that is called as the wilting. Wilting में हम क्या देखते हैं कि when the rate of transpiration is more than the rate of absorption, a phenomena takes place in the leaf that is called as the wilting. So we can say जो rate of high rate of transpiration जो है it causes wilting in the plants. It causes wilting in the crop plants, it causes wilting in the plants, and this wilting की अगर हम बात करेंगे, it results in the what we call as this poor या less yield. अब इस रेट ऑफ ट्रांसपायरेशन को कम करने के लिए what we can do, we can spray chemicals, and these are called as anti-transpirants. So what are simply the anti-transpirants? Anti-transparents are simply the chemicals that are sprayed on the plants in order to reduce the process of transpiration. So what are anti-transparents? Anti-transparents जो हैं, they are mainly the chemicals that are sprayed on the plants in order to reduce the process of transpiration. Now, so we have studied, we have discussed in our previous videos, we have discussed in the present video that when the rate of absorption it becomes less and the rate of what we'll see transpiration becomes more, a phenomena takes place in the plant that is called as the wilting, and this wilting अगर हम क्रॉप प्लांट्स की बात कर लेंगे, it can yield, हमारे पास वहाँ क्या होता है, poor yield होता है. Now in order to avoid this excess transpiration, what we do, we can make the use of the chemicals, and these chemicals they are sprayed on the plants in order to reduce the power of transpiration, and these chemicals, these are simply called as the anti-transpirants. Now अगर हम बात करेंगे these anti-transparents, these anti-transparents they can be used in two ways. जो इनकी यूजेज है that can be used in two ways. Number first, अगर हम बात कर लेंगे, in one case they can form a film coating, rather they can form a film coating. What we will see in that case, what they do, they form a colorless, they form a transparent film on the, वो किस पर वो बनाते हैं, on the leaf surface, जहाँ से हम देखते हैं कि leaf is the main organ of this transpiration. Now when we spray this type of this anti-transparent, they form a colorless, they form a transparent film on the leaf surface, which allows the diffusion of only this colorless or transparent film. It only allows the diffusion of carbon dioxide and oxygen, but it does not allow the diffusion of water vapor. So in this film coating, what we will see, this film coating, it forms a colorless. When these anti-transparents are sprayed on the leaf, they form a colorless, they form a transparent film on the leaf surface, which allows that film, allows the diffusion of carbon dioxide, that allows the diffusion of this oxygen, but it does not allow the diffusion of water vapor. अब जो हमारे पास कुछ examples है, we have got some what we call as the, for example, we have got silicone emulsions. Yeah, we have got some low viscosity waxes. एक हमारे पास है silicone emulsions, and second we have got low viscosity waxes. This was this film coating, anti-transparent. दूसरा हमारे पास है, these are called as metabolic inhibitors. What are these? Reduce these inhibitors. They simply inhibit the stomatal opening. They do not allow the stomata to open. When the stomata will be closed, the rate of transpiration will be automatically less. So these chemicals, these inhibitors, they reduce the opening of the stomata, and thus they reduce rather this rate of transpiration. We have got some chemicals like PMA. What is this? It is phenyl mercuric acetate. This is one. Second one हमारे पास है ABA. That is this abscisic acid, जिसको हमने ऑलरेडी पढ़ा. उसमें पोटेशियम, जो हम देखते हैं एक्टिव पोटेशियम सिस्टम में, जब हम पढ़ रहे थे व्हाट वी कॉल एज द मैकेनिज्म ऑफ ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग ऑफ स्टोमेटा, वहाँ पर हम इस ABA का हम जिक्र भी लेते हैं. थर्ड जो हम इस्तेमाल कर लेते हैं, दैट इज़ द एस्पिरिन. And these are some what we call as this which act as a metabolic inhibitors, and these metabolic inhibitors, they reduce the what we call as they reduce this what we call as a stomatal opening. Thus they check the rate of transpiration. We have got some examples. For example, we have got PMA, phenyl mercuric acetate. We have got second one ABA. This is the growth hormone which inhibits the growth, that is the abscisic acid, which does not allow the stomata to open. Third, that is the aspirin. And these are the three main which are used for this particular purpose. Now what did they do? जो इनकी function है, these substances or these chemicals or these substances, they increase the resistance, या हम कहेंगे they increase the leaf resistance to water vapor diffusion. That means that they do not allow the leaf to what we call as to diffuse the water vapor, but they increase the, what did they do? They increase the leaf resistance to water vapor diffusion. लेकिन अगर हम बाकी जो गैसेस हमारे पास है, विदाउट affecting कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड अपटेक, जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड अंदर प्लांट में इनसाइड द प्लांट को ज़रूरत पड़ता है इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस, उस पर असर नहीं पड़ता, बट दे सिंपली इंक्रीज द रेजिस्टेंस, दे सिंपली इंक्रीज द लीफ रेजिस्टेंस टू, किसके लिए? To water vapor diffusion. These PMA, these ABA, and this aspirin, they simply increase the leaf resistance to water vapor diffusion without affecting carbon dioxide diffusion. Now, the study of this, the use of these anti-transparent is still under study. It is still under study, and we are that they are still under experimental stage. क्योंकि जो there are some limitations in their applications. एक ड्रॉबैक जो हम कहेंगे ए सॉर्ट ऑफ ड्रॉबैक इज देयर, जो हम देखते हैं कि जो यूज जो है ऑफ दीज एंटी ट्रांसपेरेंट इज स्टिल अंडर स्टडी एंड इट इज अंडर एक्सपेरिमेंटल स्टेज। अभी हम इस पर एक्सपेरिमेंटली करते हैं, अभी हम इनकी स्टडी ही कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि देयर आर सर्टेन लिमिटेड ड्यू टू सम सर्टेन लिमिटेशंस in their application on plants. So this was about this anti-transparents. We have studied the transpiration, but why we were made to make the use of these anti-transparents, because these anti-transparents अगर हम बात कर लेंगे, they are used to reduce the process of wilting, because when the rate of transpiration it exceeds the rate of absorption, एक phenomena हो जाती है in the plant that is called as a wilting. Now we have got some natural techniques भी हमारे पास कुछ है in the plants where we will see the rate of transpiration is somewhat reduced. For example, in case of the xerophytic plants, where we will see that we have got the thick cuticle, that is the thick cuticle जो वहाँ पर पाया जाता है, that also reduces the rate of transpiration, because in xerophytic conditions there is जो water scarcity वहाँ पर पाया जाता है. This cuticle layer जो है that helps us in the storage of the water, and that reduces this rate of transpiration. So this was all about this anti-transparents, where we have studied that these are simply the chemicals which are injected, which are sprayed on the plants in order to reduce the process of transpirations. And we have mainly got two types. We can make these transparent in two ways. एक हमारे पास कुछ जहाँ पर हम ये देखते हैं कि फिल्म कोटिंग एंटी ट्रांसपेरेंट हमारे पास, सेकंड हमारे पास कुछ ऐसे भी है विच आर मेटाबॉलिक इनहिबिटर्स. लेकिन whatever we have studied, that this use of these anti-transparent, it is still under study, it is still under experimental stage, because due to certain limitations in their application on plants. That is all for today. We will further continue in the next video. We will try to discuss the advantages, disadvantages, and the importance or significance of the transpiration. Until then, goodbye. God bless you. Thanks.